Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time to reveal our Stamp of the Month Club stamp for July 2019. This is our original Stamp Club set. This is the one that ships at the first of the month. It's not scripture. We do have 2 clubs and that information is linked in the description below for you guys. This one I'm really excited about. So I've wanted this stamp set for a really long time, and I'm kind of to the point now we've made so many stamps in our line that I'm able to kind of do stuff that is just for fun, just stuff we're wanting to do. And I told y'all this is the year Maymay's doing for fun, right? So I love this one. You're going to love it too. It's a sort of layered set, but we did it in a way that you guys can use it super easy, even if you're not good with layering. It's a really easy set to use. So enough. Y'all just want to see it, right? Here we go. Let's look at it. So this one is called Spintastic. And what this stamp set is this is a pinwheel, and it's sort of a pinwheel builder. I'm going to show you how I'm using it today. I've made one sample for you already, and we're going to finish one together in the video in just a second. I'll show you that sample in a minute. I also filmed me making that sample, so I'll put that in this video too, so you can watch that. So check it out. Here's your big windmill. It's your pinwheel. It's your big pinwheel and your small pinwheel. And each one has some patterns to go inside the pinwheel. So you can stamp this on pattern paper and have it look just like it looks, or you can take these different images here and stamp inside of them. And that's what I did in the sample that I made, so I'm going to show you how that works. But before we get to that, I want to show you me stamping them on this card sample we're going to do in a second. Let's talk about the sentiments on here. You mean the world to me? Get it? World to me? Can I tell you something funny? I think this is cool. So we sent this to our proofreaders, and we had it saying, you mean the whirl to me? Because we were like, whirl. And they came back, and it was really cute because they're very sticklers for how we spell things, and they usually tell us, you know, that's not right, especially when we mix words up and stuff. And they came back and we said, we would say world, LED. Super cute, so we went with what they said. Then here, when life gives you pinwheels, twirl, I thought that was really cute. And then you spin me right round. And then have a spintastic day. Not to mention this super cute pinwheel handle or rod, but you could use this for a straw or for the edge of cards or for a border. Who knows? You could use that for all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let me show you how this stamps. And I've actually stamped a couple, but there's a card I'm wanting to make. I want to see how this will work. I just have it in my head. I have not put it on paper yet. So we're going to see how it works together. So this is an idea that I have. I'm going to do some stamping. This is kind of a beige color paper, and I'm going to do some stamping kind of tone on tone in the background, and then I'm going to have a colored pinwheel come into the front. We'll see how it looks together. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just ink up my pinwheel. Now I wanted a color of ink that was very similar to my background. This ink is called Pebble. It's a finesse ink from Spectra Noir, and I really like it. So I'm going to, I think I'll stamp this one in this shape here. So it should be similar to the page. It's not going to be drastically, you know, right the same color, but it's pretty similar, that pebble color. I'm going to do one there, and then I'm going to come over and do one over here. Again, this is an idea I just have in my head. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. So I'll put this one here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the little line or the little rod that you hold your pinwheel on in the same color. So here's a tip for this. When you have a straight stamp like this, like for example, I'm going to put it down onto my cutting mat, and I'm going to kind of just leave it alone and let it go straight and try not to bend it. See how it feels a little bent, but if you just pick it up and put it down there, that's really good and straight. Now to make sure it's straight, I'll use one of the lines on my acrylic block and put it down the middle, and that's very good right there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this one up, and I'm going to stamp it about here on this little guy. Should have put something underneath, but I didn't. And then this one, I'm going to stamp underneath the other one. And I might have to stamp it twice. I might have to line it up. Yep, I'm going to have to stamp a little bit more at the bottom. Isn't that cute as it can be? I love that. Okay, so, oh, I inked up the whole thing for no reason. I only need the tip of it here. So I'm just going to line this up and finish that off. Perfect. So there's my little pole there. Okay, let me show you this. So I created, or I stamped this guy in color, and my plan is to have one of these guys in color that spins and to have these guys just as background back there. So have this guy live about right here. But before I do that, I want to put some patterns inside of these and show you how the patterns work. So this is the smaller of the 2 pinwheels. So this is a large pattern and this is a small pattern, okay? So I'm not going to be using the large patterns because that goes in here. I'm going to get the smaller ones and put them inside here. You have the same patterns, but you have smaller ones and bigger ones, all right? So let me get some off of my little backer here. And again, I'm going to do this in tone on tone in the background and just have the color one in the front. So this one is the polka dots, which is super cute. Now here's what we did. We made these to have a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an inset inside the spaces, so you didn't have to try to line them up perfectly. So they're not going to go edge to edge on the pinwheel. You're going to have a little border around it. See that? See how there's a border? That's to make it easier for you to get it in there. I've heard you guys say that you don't always love like layering stamp sets because it's hard to line them up sometimes. But this way, you're going to kind of center it in there and have an edge all the way around so it doesn't have to be perfect. See? So you have a little bit around it. All right, so let's do another one. This one is the stripe. I think the stripe is my favorite. Now, the other thing I know is you guys are going to come up with ways for using these little patterns not in the pinwheels. I already know it. I can see you making pattern paper and things like that. For different projects. I just know you guys are going to come up with something like that. So there's the stripe. I think I'm going to use the stripe twice. I think it's really cute. So I'm going to do it again across from itself. I love the stripe. Just like so. And then, let's see. I need to do one up there. Super easy to do. I'm not even putting my head over, so mine aren't perfectly lined up. I'm leaving it where you guys can see it in the camera. So that makes it even easier. I am cleaning in between here. That's what I keep reaching for, so I don't have to go back and clean. And now I'm going to do the little star background. It's really cute. It's got little teeny tiny stars in it. Let's get that one inked up really good here. So there's one. Oh, I'm going to do it right here again. Okay. Now, you don't have to do this part, but I'm going to show you how it works. On the set, you also have these solid images right here. These solids go into these spaces on either of the pinwheels. So the larger one is for this one and the smaller one is for this one. And I'll show you using the smaller one how it works here. So put that little guy on. And then you just place it inside the smaller section. Again, it has a little edge around it, so it's not all the way to the edge. When you stamp it, you have a little bit of space to kind of just center it up in there. So it doesn't have to be perfect edge to edge. And that kind of shows movement too, to have that little bit of airiness in there. It kind of shows even more movement for the pinwheel. There's that one. And of course, if you're doing this in different colors, it's so cute. That's what I did on the other one that's going to go on top of this. So you can see here I did those same stamps, but I did it in different colors with some pigment, and then I cut this guy out. I didn't cut it out very well, though. I'm seeing a lot of white edge, so I'm going to trim this up just a tiny bit more here. The cool thing is with trimming this out, it's really easy to do. All you have to do is do a straight line on one side and a straight line on the other, just like so. And then that tiny curve around the top. It's not hard to cut out and fussy cut at all. We did that on purpose, but we also have a free SVG for you guys if you want to use the SVG cut. Now this guy, I think I want it to be about here, but I want it to actually spin. Or maybe I want it up here actually spinning. I'm not sure. Or down here. This might be the place. I feel like I like that one. So I'm going to put this one down here and make it actually spin. So let me show you how I make this guy spin. Okay, so you can see I've used this one once. It's got the little hole in it, but here's what I do. I took some purple tape and just folded it over on itself and cut myself a piece of Scotty, and I'm just going to stick this down here. All this is a holder for me for my foam tape while I punch a hole in it. The reason I did the tape, and you may not see a reason for it, but I don't want to gum up my crocodile, so that's what I did. I just put the tape on the other side to hold it while I poke this hole in the center of that little piece. And then I'm going to peel this off the tape, so at least it didn't take all the sticky off. You can always add a little glue if you need to, and you can even do this with like craft foam. You don't have to have a sticky foam. You can do it with craft foam. Now I am not going to pull the sticky or pull the adhesive protection off the back. I'm going to leave it there. That's what's going to help my pinwheel spin, but this is going to get stuck down on top of my pinwheel hole. So you do want to make sure you're using the same size center hole for your pinwheel that you use for your foam. So see, now I have this piece like this. Now I need a brad. So I got a little brad right there, and I'm going to mark it on my card backer where I want the spinning to happen. I think somewhere in here might be cute. That's really cute right there. So I'm just going to take a pencil and mark it right there so I can then poke a hole. Now I won't use my crocodile here because I can't reach it with the crocodile. So I'm just going to poke a hole big enough for my brad to go through. You won't see it. The brad will hide this anyway. So this is what I love about this pokey tool being graduated like that. I just poke it in and kind of push it through and I get a pretty good size hole. I really do like that. All right, so let's bring our little pinwheel. Remember, don't peel that off. That's going to be what helps it to be slicky on the back side, if slicky is a word, so that it can spin. And then put your little brad through. Now, here's the thing. You want this to stay loose, so you don't want to fold that brad down super, super tight. Let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm just taking the end of my pokey tool and putting it to one side. So when I push down half of my brad, it doesn't close completely tight on the card. You'll see what I mean. I'm putting a little gap in there, okay? Then I can push those down flat enough without it being so tight it can't spin. That's still a little tight, so I can adjust it by coming back here and pushing my brad closer to itself. Just like that. And then that's a little looser, but I still want it a little bit looser. There we go. Just fidget with it and you'll get it there. You got to just loosen it up just a little bit. That's how we want it to spin. Isn't that cute? Okay, now I also have already stamped for myself the pinwheel leg, and that's going to go underneath here. And I wanted it to be in color as well, so this I will just glue down. You can glue it down before you do all that work if you want to, but I'm just going to do it at this point. And I'm going to try to stick it underneath there, but avoid the Scotty tape too. Okay. So if I put this guy in this area, looks like it'll be good. Yep, that's a good spot. I want to get it straight though. Now there is my pinwheel. I think that's super cute on there. I'm going to put a sentiment up here in the top, and I think I'll do it in this same pebble color, just because I'm trying to keep the back kind of one kind of mono, what's the word for that? Monochromatic. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, what sentiment do I want to use? I think When Life Gives You Pinwheels, Twirl. I think this is super cute. So I'm going to put that one up here in the corner. Oh, that's cute. I like it. All right, let's get us a block. And then I'm going to ink it up. Now I want to show you something. This is a this is a water-based ink, okay? So water-based ink for me will pull up on new stamps. Actually pull up a good bit on new stamps. And this ink pad in particular is not completely level on the top, so you see me moving this around. You have to do that sometimes. So when I stamped that the first time, that's decent, but it's still a little bit airy there at the bottom. I'm going to stamp this a few times and kind of season the stamp. That's what you've heard people say, season stamps before. This is what they mean. The more you use them, the better they get. This is where I was testing color. So ink that up until you feel good about it, and then you can take it to your project. Let it transfer. And there you go. When Life Gives You Pinwheels, Twirl. That's really pretty. I like how those colors kind of makes the other pinwheels kind of go to the background and this one really stand out. Isn't that cool? All right, I just need to put that on a card base. So here's a card base for us. It's a good cream color to match. And I'm just going to glue this straight down. I could have popped this up if I wanted to, but that would add a lot more dimension that I didn't want to add to the card, because the only dimension I really want is my pinwheel. Love it. That's going to be fun to play with. Can you see giving that one to your grandkids? They'll love that. Okay, now I'm going to cut away to the tag I made earlier that will show you guys how I used it with different colors and how I turned it into a spinny tag, and I think you'll really like that. So let's watch that real quick. So there you go, guys, our Spintastic stamp set for July in the Stamp Club. I think it is adorable. I think you guys are going to find a million ways to use it. I can see these being stamped around the edge of a page, kind of lined up around each other to make like a border. I wonder if one of you guys will try that. I think that'd be cool to kind of stamp the flat edge along a card and kind of make a little border in different patterns. I know that's one thing you'll think of. This would be cute too to stack these guys. So to stamp this one on the page and then stamp this one different and cut it out and put it on top of this one and then spin it on top. That would be super cute too. There's no telling. You guys always come up with better ideas than even I do with our stamp sets. And because of that, we do a contest every month over on our customer gallery, which is at maymaymadeit.com. So you can win a $50 gift card just by uploading photos of the projects you make using our stamp sets. So in order to enter, you just use this stamp set, whether you're in the club or not. If you purchase this stamp set and you use it to make a project, load a photo of it, and that's your entry into the giveaway. And we will have a winner for this month, but I'm filming this before the contest is over, so that winner's name will be in the description below, and we will email you to let you know you've won as well. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.